Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday that is now the 22nd of September, was a day that GACHAGUA decided to flag off the first consignment of the fertilizer. But conspicuously missing was the CS for agriculture. That is none other than Peter Munya. So a report has been doing rounds with allegations that the fertilizers that were flagged off were not for sale. So Munya decided to disclose some details that has gotten almost all Kenyans talking about this fertilizer. Now this is what Munya has to say. There is nothing wrong with me failing to attend today's event that was yesterday. I'm told that GACHAGUA was flagging off subsidized fertilizers. Munya went on and said the fertilizers that were flagged off were not for sale. So Munya went on and said that he cannot be part of a regime that is seeking to oppress the citizens of the Republic of Kenya. That's a strong statement from CS Munya. I think you must have noticed that the internet was awash with these details of CS Munya missing in that flagging off ceremony. But the question that many people keep asking themselves is that, was this fertilizer at 7,000 or was it at 3,500? Because we remember in May, early May, April, Munya had issued a statement from the government about 7.5 billion subsidy on the fertilizer. And please check this video.
It is with this background that the government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Cooperatives, sees the need to expand our fertilizer subsidies to farmers for their food crop production towards assured food security in the country. The government has set aside Kenya shillings 5,734 million to subsidize 114,000 metric tons. That is 2,280,000 50 kg bags.
Yes. Now you can see that was then. But then, when Kenya Kwanza came into power, they also said that the best way to deal with the hunger crisis is to implement the fertilizer subsidy. The twist, or what is concerning most of Kenyans now, is that there is a letter that is circulating online, and this letter is from Uralkem, and it is saying that Kenyans should not buy those fertilizers which have jetted into the country, because they say that the fertilizers are not for sale. And CS Munya goes further and gives us details and says that the flagged off fertilizers are not for sale, and that Uralkem was giving away free fertilizers to developing countries because they had accumulated in EU ports due to sanctions. That is a revelation from CS Munya, that fertilizer was accumulated at the EU ports, and as a result, they have been given freely to developing countries. I think this is to caution them against the inflation and the food crisis that the world is experiencing. So developing countries are really struggling. So I think that fertilizer was meant to aid them, in curbing this escalation in food prices. So Uralkem is issuing a press conference, saying a press release to that document and saying that that fertilizer is not for sale and that Kenyans should boycott buying that fertilizer. But GACHAGUA went ahead and even gave prices, several prices of each and every type of a fertilizer. There was a fertilizer that retailed at around 2,000.
Now it is official that the DAP We'll be taking to the various places that the governors are saying.
The new cost of DAP will be 3,500 from nearly 7,000. The price of CAN will be 2,875. The cost of urea, again, that was way beyond 7,000, will be 3,500. NPK, 3,275. MOP, 1,775. While sulfate of ammonia will be 2,220.
So a Twitter handler by the name Ngendo Murugu said the fertilizer could not have been procured and delivered in 4 days. That's what the Twitter handle by the name Ngendo Murugu is saying. The fertilizer could not have been procured and delivered in 4 days. This spells more doom to this issue, the whole saga of fertilizer. I think what CS Munya said and what the Twitter handler is saying are actually one and the same thing, that it could not have been possible that the fertilizers are procured and delivered in 4 days. What Munya is saying is a release, or what Munya is saying is a leaked information about Uralchem saying that this fertilizer is not for sale. Now, Kenya Kwanza government is selling these fertilizers to the public. So this is where it becomes interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get there, please take a moment and subscribe if you are a first-time visitor. What do you think? Kindly share what you think about this Uralchem fertilizer. Do you think it should be for sale? If at all it was given out as a donation, a way to caution the Kenyan people against the rising prices and the food crisis in the global. I think these fertilizers were meant to serve exactly that, to curb the escalation of prices, to deal with food crisis in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, the accusations leveled against CS Munya, CS Munya decided to counter them in that manner, and that the fertilizers were not for sale. I could not be party of a regime that is seeking to oppress his citizens by forcefully selling items which are meant for donations in order to get money out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there. Until we meet again, I would still like to urge you to keep subscribing, to give us a like, hit the notification bell, so that every time you get such videos, you always become the first person to get notified. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until we meet again for more analysis.